Okay, so today is going to be my Q&A video. So about a week ago I asked on Instagram and Twitter and also Facebook if you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I will be answering them within a video at the end of Psoriasis Awareness Week, and also throughout the course of the week if you've left any comments on my videos I will be answering those as well. I'm going to try and answer all of the questions today, but I have had quite a lot, so I will be answering as many as I possibly can. So I've just got my phone, so I'm just going to be going through the comments and basically answering them. I haven't rehearsed any of these, I haven't even read half of the questions. I'm going to try and answer as many as I possibly can. So there is quite a few. The first question that I've got is, what is the best shampoo for scalp psoriasis? Now, I have actually done a whole video on this, so I will leave a link in the down bar to that video. If you're already subscribed to me, you would have seen it already. So the best shampoos for scalp psoriasis are Capicel shampoo and also Psorian shampoo. I swear by them, they're absolutely amazing. Again, I'll leave a link in the down bar to that video. Also links to those shampoos as well. Okay, so my second question is, when did your psoriasis get worse, summer or winter? This is a really hard one for me because my psoriasis has like no pattern. I've tried to collaborate a pattern in my psoriasis. There's no pattern. Psoriasis is wild, psoriasis is crazy, psoriasis is hyper, mental. I just don't have like a pattern with my psoriasis. I've had really bad flare-ups in February, which is obviously winter, and then I've had really bad flare-ups in September, which is obviously summer for us. So I don't really have a pattern. I know for a fact that in the winter my skin is a lot drier. I have to moisturize a lot more. And in the summer, obviously, it's a lot hotter, so my skin is more irritated by the heat. So to be fair, no season is actually really good for psoriasis. Then in the summer, obviously, the sun is really good for it. But then in the winter, I'm not hot, so I'm not itchy or sweaty. So it's really hard. I don't feel like it gets better or worse in the winter or the summer. But all of you guys, leave me a comment and tell me whether you think your psoriasis has a pattern, whether it gets worse in the summer or the winter. So the next question is, which foods do you stay away from? Are there any foods that really trigger your psoriasis flares? So I get this question all of the time. I have done a video like a couple of years ago now on healthy eating and psoriasis. Some things have changed since then. I haven't been able to stick to it completely. The things that I basically stick to is alcohol is a no-no. I cut alcohol out a long time ago. I will not have alcohol. I'm not even tempted to drink it anymore. I actually hate the taste of alcohol now. I don't like wine, I don't like beer, I don't like any spirits. I don't like the taste of them. There is honestly nothing that can make me drink now. I just don't like it. I don't really like the feeling of being out of control. And alcohol is just not good for my skin. Like if I drink alcohol, my skin just goes like crazy. So it's just not worth drinking alcohol at all. And I also try to cut out gluten and dairy just because I don't feel like they agree with psoriasis in general, and trying to keep your sugar to a minimum, try not to eat nightshades, all of the things that basically trigger psoriasis in general, I just try to avoid. All of the foods that are bad for psoriasis in general, that are trigger foods, I do try to avoid, but it is very hard. Like, hats off to the people that can do it kind of all of the time. I do find that genuinely amazing that you can stick to that diet like to the dot. I think it's absolutely amazing. But yeah, gluten, wheat, I don't eat at all. Alcohol, I don't smoke, I never have. Try to cut out quite a lot of sugar. I don't have as like refined sugars. But yeah, there is so much information out there on psoriasis and diet. But obviously I don't follow a specific psoriasis diet, so I'm probably not the best person to ask. Scalp tips. See, I get this requested all of the time. There is a detailed video on how I take care of my scalp and my scalp care routine. But basically, Capicel shampoo, Psorian head fluid and coconut oil, and making sure that you scrape out all of the flakes pretty much on a daily basis. This is from my lovely friend Kate, who is KLM Psoriasis. I literally love her Instagram. How do you open the discussion of psoriasis with people that you don't know very well? Now, this is a really good question actually. So basically for me, I love a good crop top. I'm always in a crop top. So my belly is the place where I have the most psoriasis. So when you walk into a bar or you meet new people and you're there with your belly out and you've got spots all over your belly, it's pretty much a conversation starter because someone's like, what's that on your stomach? And I'm like, oh, it's psoriasis. And then basically I just create a whole discussion about psoriasis, let them know that it's not contagious, kind of share a little bit of awareness. And I usually take that opportunity to educate those people because say I'm in a group of 10 people, those 10 people now know about psoriasis. They know what psoriasis is. They know what psoriasis looks like. They will then go on and tell one person or 10 people. That means that all of those people then know. And it's basically a ripple effect. You explain to one person, you educate one person, they educate another. The next time they see psoriasis, they're not going to stare at that because they're going to be like, hey, look, that girl has psoriasis. They already know what it is. They know it's not contagious. They know it's fine. So using your psoriasis as a reason to educate people is a really, really big factor. I feel like you need to gain that confidence to talk about it. Use it as a conversation starter. Sometimes I'm like, look at my stomach, look how cute my psoriasis looks. And people are like, what is psoriasis? Like, my granddad has that, or my auntie, my second cousin's cat's mum, twice removed, has that. What is it? And then you can just explain it, and I just use it as an opportunity to educate. So I think that's a really, really good question. Try and kind of remove the elephant in the room for yourself and for other people. One, it puts you at ease and makes you feel comfortable, and not that you should make other people feel comfortable about it because it's your problem, but to put yourself at ease, to avoid any awkward questions, to avoid any staring. I just bring it up as soon as I can in new relationships or new friendships, or just anytime I'm meeting somebody. I just bring it up straight away because it's just easier to talk about it and remove the elephant from the room, and basically just use your psoriasis as an opportunity to educate. I really liked that question. Do you have any experience of using E45 cream on your psoriasis? So when I first had a rash on my tummy, E45 is like the first thing that anyone ever uses. It's basically just like an emollient moisturizer. It's so easy to get hold of in the UK. E45 is used primarily for eczema, I think. So I used it a lot when I first didn't really know what my psoriasis was. But I can honestly say I haven't used E45 in so long. It's literally, to me, it's just a moisturizer. But it's really thick and really greasy, and for me, there's no point me having a thick, greasy moisturizer because I simply won't apply it. It doesn't matter how much it's going to help my skin. If it's thick and greasy, I'm not going to want to put it on, and I'm not going to use it, and it's not going to help. So I tend to stick with a moisturizer that I like, that I know sinks in really quickly, that I like the smell of, that I like the feeling of, because I know that I'll actually use it then. I don't see the point in having a moisturizer that will work, but if I'm not going to apply it, it simply won't work. So I have a moisturiser that I know I will apply, so I will definitely use it so it will work. Next question. Do you find yourself drawn to others with skin related issues? With my own suffering, I personally can't help it. I don't really know, to be honest. I always find it really amazing when I have been like, oh yeah, like I've done the conversation starter, I've been like, yeah, this is psoriasis, and someone's like, oh my gosh, my sister has that, or someone will go, I have that, and then I do find that I really like to chat to them about it, ask them questions about it. How are they, what medications have they been on, how do they control it? It's really nice to have that kind of little connection with somebody that does talk about it, and obviously being on Instagram, being on YouTube, blogging about it, I'm instantly connected with people that have skin issues because they're already talking to me. I do have that support system where I can connect with other people with skin issues, but I don't necessarily think that like out of a group I would be able to pick out somebody that has a skin issue if I don't know about it. But if I do have somebody that starts talking about a skin issue, I really do feel like I can empathise a lot more. But as well, even though I've had like the worst of the worst psoriasis, even when I see somebody with a little bit of psoriasis, I'm literally like, oh my gosh, I know what you're going through, and instantly like I am so empathetic. So yeah, I really do feel like I can connect with people that do have skin problems. I can kind of just put myself in their shoes and kind of really empathise on how they're feeling, but I don't think I necessarily am drawn to them more. This is a good question. Does it itch? Yes it does. It itches. It's a nightmare. It's so itchy. I wear socks on my hands when I go to bed because otherwise I just scratch myself literally to an inch of my life. Yeah, psoriasis is very itchy. That is one of the main symptoms. Why is it red? Is it sore? It's red because it's inflammation. And is it sore? It depends. When my psoriasis is really, really bad, it's very, very sore. When it's kind of mild, it's just itchy and irritating. But when it's really bad and it's really, really flared up and it's really, really angry, it's really red, they start scabbing, they start joining together and they get bigger and bigger and bigger, that's when it becomes really sore. How do you react when people ask you about your psoriasis? Does it bother you? No, I've kind of touched on this in Kate's question. It doesn't bother me at all. Sometimes if someone's like, ew, what's that? It's that instant, and you're like, your back's up, your heart starts pounding, and then you just have to take a step back, really calm yourself down and be like, okay, I'm gonna educate this person because they don't know what this is. They've just caused that instant panic. If you educate them on what psoriasis is, they won't do that for another person. So I would rather take the brunt of that, educate them on what psoriasis is so they won't do that to anybody else, if that makes sense. So it used to bother me a little bit when I was younger, like people would be like, what's that on your belly, or what's that, or just simply just staring. So now if someone's staring, I'm like, oh yeah, it's psoriasis, don't worry, it's not contagious. And they're like, oh, I wasn't looking. And I'm like, no, yes you were, but it's fine, don't worry. And then they'll be like, so what actually is psoriasis? And they'll have questions to ask. So if you catch somebody staring at you, especially if you're like close with them, like in a group or something like that, and they're looking and they're staring, just pull them up on it and be like, yeah, actually this is psoriasis. Do you want to know anything about it? It's not contagious, it's autoimmune, blah, 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 blah. Just explain to them about it. You're educating that person, and hopefully they then won't stare at anybody else. So you're educating more and more people, and again, this ripple effect will continue and continue and continue. Hopefully the whole stigma will be completely gone. How are you treating it? So I have touched on this in previous videos. I am currently on the biologic medication Stelara. It is a biologic injection. I have one injection every 12 weeks and it shuts off a certain part of my immune system, which means that my psoriasis cannot flare up. Do you constantly take progress pictures? Yes, I take photos of my skin all the time. If I'm trying out a new treatment, I take before and after photos because I want to prove to myself whether it's working or not. I take photos because I actually like what my psoriasis looks like. I think it's super, super pretty, especially when it's kind of healing and it's that pale pink. Oh, I love it so much. It looks like cherry blossom. It's just so cute. I've got so many photos on my Instagram that I love how my psoriasis looks. I've mentioned this so many times. Like, I literally love psoriasis. It's so cute. If it didn't hurt, if it didn't itch, and it didn't like flake off, I honestly would have like the look of psoriasis all over my body and would not have a single care. Like, I would genuinely probably have that all over my body. Like, I would be so happy to have psoriasis all over my body if it didn't hurt and it didn't itch. I'm so over the cosmetic side of it. I actually like the look of it now. Like, when I don't have it on my stomach, I'm like, my tummy looks weird, it's plain, it's boring, it looks like everybody else's stomach. Whereas when I've got my little patches and when I'm wearing a little crop top and I've got these little white spots on my belly, I just think it looks really cute and it adds something to my outfit. It's a little bit different. I'm not the same as everybody else. So yeah, taking photos is like a really good way of measuring your progress, and also you forget things so easily. Like, I've come across photos and I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot it looked like that, or oh my gosh, I forgot that made it better. And yeah, I think it's a really, I've literally got like a folder and it's just got hundreds and hundreds of photos of my skin from like day dot to like now. So yeah, I think it's a really good idea to take progress photos. Also, taking photos, embracing your psoriasis as well, also will help you to kind of accept and embrace your psoriasis also. Has it affected your mental health? I have slightly touched on this, but yes, psoriasis has really, really impacted my mental health. When I was really, really poorly and hospitalised, I was in a very, very dark place. I was in a very bad mental place. When I was really poorly and my skin was really, really bad, I was in quite a dark place, a really bad kind of mental place. I have slightly touched on this on other videos, but I think it's often really overlooked with psoriasis. Like, everyone always kind of just looks at how your skin is. They don't really think about your mental health, but it really affects your mental health. If you're constantly having people stare at you and you're not kind of as confident as I am, it really will get you down. And the fact that it's hurting, you're in chronic pain all the time, that affects your mental health. Like, you are in chronic pain every single day. It's very hard to stay positive when you are in so much pain. But staying positive, staying smiling, having a good support system around you, using your friends and family to support you and help you is major. Reaching out to the community, even if you reach out to me, if you've got nobody else to go to, you've got nobody to turn to, message me, I'll talk to you. I will try to kick some positivity into you, remind you of all the good things that are happening in your life, remind you that it's so cliche, I say this all the time, it is so cliche, but it does get better. I am living proof of that. I've had it so bad, I'm so good at the moment, it's probably going to get bad again, but I know you can get through it. So yeah, I really do think it does affect your mental health, and I don't think you should hide that. I really do think it should be something that people talk about more. I know mental health has a massive stigma attached to it, and I hate the fact that mental health has a massive stigma attached to it, because if you start talking about mental health, people are like, oh, she's admitting that she's crazy, she's admitting that she's mental. I think it's amazing that more people are talking about mental health. I really do, and I really think that it should be assessed more and talked about more within the psoriasis community, because it is a massive factor into psoriasis. Any general tips? All my general tips are pretty much on my YouTube channel, so subscribe to my channel and make sure you go through all of my videos, grab yourself a cup of tea and watch all my videos, and there are so many tips on there. Do you wear black? Yes. Black is like my primary colour. I've actually tried to actually go through my wardrobe and wear different coloured jumpers for these videos because I was like, I can't wear black in every single video. Last year, if you watched my psoriasis awareness week last year, I wore a different black jumper every single day. Wearing black does not bother me. I have got a whole video on fashion. I will leave that in the link in the down bar also. But I hate when people say that you shouldn't wear a specific thing because you have psoriasis. Wear whatever you want to wear. You wear what you want to wear. If you want to wear a crop top, you wear a crop top. If you want to wear shorts, wear shorts. If you want to wear a dress, wear a dress. If you want to wear black, wear black. Who cares that you might have a few flakes on your shoulders? Just brush them off. Why should you let your skin condition stop you wearing anything? The only things that I've ever stopped having to wear was white because I bled all over it, and that was a personal decision. If I wanted to wear white, I would still wear it and I'd just be like, meh, I'll have a few blood spots on it. If you're not wearing black just because you're worried about a few flakes on your shoulders or something like that, who cares? Like, who cares? Wear what you want to wear, be who you want to be. Just be confident with it, and you can wear whatever you want to wear. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't wear a specific thing just because you have a skin condition. Where do you get your Dead Sea salts from? I get my Dead Sea salts through Westlab. I will leave a link in the down bar. They have got a 50% off discount code using the code Brianini. There'll be a link in the down bar, and obviously use the code Brianini for 50% off. Okay, so that's it. I hope you have got the answers to all of your questions that you may have. Any more questions, do leave them in the comments and I will be sure to do another one of these videos. I love answering your questions. It's so nice to be able to actually answer them in person through the internet instead of just writing an answer. I feel like I can explain myself much better when I talk instead of just typing. I feel like it can come across like the wrong way. So yeah, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Even though Psoriasis Awareness Week is over, that doesn't mean I'm not going to be uploading any videos anymore. I'm hopefully going to be doing some more videos all of the time. I want to be uploading more regularly, so if there's any requests for videos, psoriasis or non-psoriasis related, please do leave them in the comments and I'll be sure to have a look into them and hopefully get some of those filmed for you. Thank you so much for watching my Psoriasis Awareness Week. I am so happy to be sharing all of my stories and all of my tips with you. I'm so humbled by all of your comments, all of you sharing my videos and sending me the most amazing messages. I literally like cry so much at all of your messages because they are just so amazing to me. It's so humbling to have people call me their inspiration. Like, that's just like mind-blowing to me. I'm so glad that I'm helping you, and just me sharing my experiences has helped you guys out. And yeah, I've always said from day one that if I help one person, that I've done my job, I've done everything that I want to achieve, and I know that I've helped a lot more than just one person this week, so that makes me so happy. Like, it's a genuine smile. Like, I'm so happy. I don't want to get emotional because let's not have me crying in another video. But yeah, it just makes me so emotional how sharing my experiences has helped so many of you guys, and all of the amazing messages and tweets and comments that I've been getting is just so amazing. So yeah, I just want to say thank you to you guys, and I really hope that I have helped a few of you out. If I have, please do tell me. I would love to know if I've helped any of you out. If you've tried any of my tests, you just make me feel like the happiest, most luckiest girl in the world that I get to share all of my experiences with you, and my bad experiences help you guys out. So yeah.